Hello and welcome to the application section of the National 5 video tutorials. Today we're going to look at operations with vectors. If we're looking for a component vector made of several different vectors, all we need to do is we need to add or subtract each number on each specific level. Okay, so if we're doing a plus b take away c, we're going to do 2, negative 3, 6 plus on negative 1, negative 4, 5, take away 6, negative 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to add the top two numbers first of all. So 2 add negative 1 is 1. Negative 3 add negative 4 is negative 7. And 6 add 5 is 11. Okay, so that's us added together the first two vectors. I'm going to keep the third vector in exactly as it was before. Okay, now we're going to take away each specific number from each level. So we're doing 1 take away 6, which is negative 5. We're doing negative 7 take away negative 1. We've got a take away and a negative there, so that's like a plus. We get negative 6. And 11 subtract 2 is 9. So our final answer there is negative 5, negative 6, 9. We can also scale vectors by a specific factor, and that's just like multiplying through a vector by a specific number. So for part A here, if we're doing 2 times b, then we've got 2 bracket negative 1, 4, negative 3. And that gives us 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. That's our final answer for 2b. For part B, we're doing a quarter of a, so we're going to do 1 quarter. Better put a b in there. 1 quarter of negative 8, negative 4, 12. Okay, so just taking a quarter of each of those numbers, a quarter of 8 is 2, so a quarter of negative 8 is negative 2, a quarter of negative 4 is negative 1, and a quarter of 12 is 3. And there we have it. That's how to scale vectors. Most questions in SQA past papers that involve operations with vectors ask you to do several things at the same time. So for part A here, we're going to do 2 times vector c, so 2 lots of 3 minus 7 and 1. And then we're going to take away vector a, which is negative 2, 2, 5. Okay, so 2 times the first vector, we are going to get 6 on the top, negative 14 in the middle, and 2 on the bottom. And we're going to subtract negative 2, 2, and 5. So our final answer for that one is going to be 6 take away negative 2, that's a take away negative, so we get 8. 14 subtract 2 is negative 16, negative 14 subtract 2, and 2 subtract 5 is negative 3. Okay, if we go up the top here for part B, what we're going to do is B, which is 8, 5, and negative 1. And we're going to add on 3 lots of A, which is negative 2, 2, 5. So we're doing B, 8, 5, negative 1. Add on 3 lots of A, which is negative 6. 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 5 is 15. So our final answer, we get 8 add negative 6 is 2, 5 add 6 is 11, and negative 1 add on 15 is 14. So there we have it, there's our final answer there. Okay, now that you've seen a little example of operations with vectors, here's 6 for you to have a go at yourself. You've got A, B, and C in the top right hand corner there. And make sure you pause the video now because I'll give you the solutions in just a second. So for part A, you should have -5, 1, and 4. For part B, you should have 10, -11, and -8. For part C, you should have 9, 0, and -12. For part D, you should have 10, -2, and -14. For part E, -15, -6, and 21. And for part F, 21, 3, and -33. Finally, if you'd like to try your hand at a few further examples, here are the SQA past papers that contain questions on operations with vectors. Remember, you can download all of them for free at the SQA website. Thanks for watching, and keep studying hard.